The world of online marketplaces is a vast digital bazaar, open 24/7 to anyone with an internet connection and an imagination. While most people go online looking for the latest gadget or a good deal on shoes, there are corners of the internet where the ordinary gives way to the extraordinary, and sometimes even the downright bizarre. Over the years, the kinds of things people have put up for sale on the web have ranged from quirky novelties to jaw-dropping curiosities, challenging our understanding of value, and sometimes even our grasp of reality. Take, for instance, the story of the haunted rubber duck. It surfaced on eBay, described by its seller as causing nightmarish visions and streaks of bad luck for anyone bold enough to bring it home. Was it all just a clever gimmick to fetch a higher price? Or did the little yellow duck actually have some supernatural secret? Whatever the case, it found a buyer, and the legend of the cursed bath toy lives on in online folklore. Human imagination knows few bounds, as demonstrated by the sale of an entire town. In the tiny California mining town of Bridgeville, a group put the whole settlement on eBay. Every building, every plot of land, all up for the highest bidder. The town, population about 24 at the time, eventually sold for over $1 million. It wasn't the first time an entire town had been up for sale, but it was certainly one of the first to be auctioned on the global stage of the internet. But possessions don't always have to be large to be strange. Sometimes the weirder, the smaller. Consider the infamous grilled cheese sandwich that was said to bear the image of the Virgin Mary. This humble sandwich, preserved for over a decade, became an internet sensation and eventually sold for $28,000. The new owner didn't just buy a snack, they acquired a pop culture icon, one that would forever be associated with the strange intersection of faith, food, and online auctions. Another contender for the oddest online sale is a simple air guitar. In other words, nothing at all. The listing featured a description of the quality of the imaginary instrument, its sound, and how it felt to play. In a world where the invisible can be as valuable as the tangible, at least for the sake of humor, the air guitar found a buyer. The transaction may have seemed senseless, but it acted as a sharp commentary on value, meaning, and the power of collective online in-jokes. There's also the case of advertising space on human skin. For a price, brave souls offered to tattoo corporate logos, website URLs, or even personal messages onto their bodies. Sometimes for life, sometimes for a month. While some saw it as a form of self-expression or performance art, others wondered what it said about our modern obsession with visibility and fame. Even pieces of history have made their way into strange online auctions. One seller listed a piece of bubble gum supposedly chewed by Britney Spears, and another posted hair clippings from Justin Bieber. Celebrity detritus, authenticated or not, continues to tempt collectors with the promise of a little connection to the stars, however dubious the provenance. Perhaps the most peculiar aspect of all these sales isn't the weirdness of the objects themselves, but the serious money people are sometimes willing to pay for them. Behind every strange listing is a seller hoping to cash in and a buyer eager to own a piece of the surreal tapestry that is internet commerce. The internet provides anonymity, and with it, a freedom to turn the most random creations, stories, or even pranks into a potential payday. In the end, what these stories tell us is that online marketplaces are much more than platforms for commerce. They're stages for creativity, curiosity, humor, and sometimes the inexplicably strange. Every odd item sold is a tiny reflection of human imagination gone wild in the marketplace without borders.